transmitted with your brain. It has been attracted into your existence, into your experience, and into your life because of what you already have been transmitting. Now, there's a couple caveats here. Two elements of transmitting frequencies. Whatever frequency you transmit is being attracted to you. However, whether it comes in or not, or the speed in which it comes into your experience or not, is dependent on a couple factors. The first two are, what is the intensity or power of your transmissional frequency? So you are transmitting a frequency, but the question is, at what intensity are you transmitting that frequency? And with how much power are you transmitting that frequency? That's the first question. And the next question is, how often are you transmitting that frequency? So the first part of attracting things into your life like a magnet and creating things is transmit the frequency of what you want. We're going to talk about how to do this, so don't worry. It must be transmitted with intensity and power, and it must be transmitted almost constantly. The more power and the higher the intensity of that transmission of the frequency of what you want, and the longer that it's being transmitted, the more consistently it's being transmitted, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, day after day after day, will determine the speed in which that which you are asking for comes into your experience. When you transmit a frequency, this is your command. Remember I said your wish is your command? When you wish for something, find the frequency for that which you wish and then command it to come. The command is transmit it with your brain, increase the intensity and the power as high as you can, and keep that transmission going for as long as possible, constantly. And that will determine how fast it comes in. Now there is a block, there is something that will stop it, which we'll talk about later. But that's the command. That is the command. Any questions so far? Yes? Yeah, Earl Nightingale. You become what you think about most of the time. Correct. Earl Nightingale's strangest secret basically tells you this is true, because he says you become, or what you get, what you think about most of the time. When you're thinking about something, that's very astute observation, yes. When you are thinking about something, you are transmitting a frequency. When you're thinking about what you want, you're transmitting a frequency. And if you're thinking about it a lot, then it'll come in. You become what you think about most of the time. Now we're going to talk about a few more basic concepts when we come back after the break, and then we're going to talk about how to apply this. Again, today is our biggest day because this is the basis for making money. So tomorrow, How Anyone Can Make Millions, we're going to be talking about how to apply this specifically to money, and then I'm also going to talk a little bit on the other side of the training balance scale, some techniques and skills and specific things you can do. So I'm going to close I'm going to speed up your ability to make cash rather than have you figure out a lot of this on your own. And we're going to give you kind of a shortcut to help you so you can just jump right into a bunch of different things to make money, and that's why anyone can make millions. But if you don't want to make millions, if you just want to make hundreds of thousands or an extra couple grand a month or whatever you want to make, whatever your financial dreams are, some of you are just going to be so blissfully happy by applying this technique in your life because your relationship's going to get better, your health is going to get better, your body's going to look better. You're just going to feel so much happier and fulfilled that money becomes really irrelevant. And quite frankly, money is irrelevant. Some of you saying, well, it's easy for him to say, look at all this stuff, you know? Yeah. Yeah, huh? Yeah, billions. What question was, what's the collective net worth of me and my colleagues? King, what do you... You're the mathematician, right? What do you think? Well, net worth, which means what we have or what we control. And I'm probably the small guy here amongst the group. Now, yes, maybe, no. Well, you guys control more. Yeah, well, the oil. That's a good question. 500 billion, maybe, under control, either owned or under control. Total from the people that you're shaking hands with. Yeah. Don't be in awe. Don't sweat. As you can see, we're all real people. You know, we made a decision to come and teach you, so you have nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Good. Any other questions, comments, or observations before we break? Okay, terrific. We're going to take a short break, and for those on the CD, take a short break. Maybe you want to listen to this CD again and again and again before you go on to the next if you haven't got it all. But we'll be back in just a few minutes.